Have you ever wondered why a horse's hoof grows in a particular way or shape? This is due to many different factors working inside the hoof wall, such as the pedal bone, deep flexor tendon, and the lamina. One of the most common and devastating problems to work horses and performance horses is laminitis, a condition which inflames the lamina and the inner hoof wall, causing the pedal bone in the horse's hoof to rotate downwards, pressing on the sole of the hoof. This causes serious pain for the animal and virtually it's the end of their career as a work or performance horse. Although this condition is common, the reasons behind the development of laminitis is not yet fully understood. However, obesity and insulin resistance are factors which have been thought to be catalysts for developing this condition. It is well known that nutritional management of laminitis, such as restricted access to pasture and no grain meals to limit starch and sugar intake, help to prevent and manage this condition. These low-calorie diets are deficient in crucial nutrients and energy and therefore can potentially result in unhealthy weight loss and loss of condition for working horses. Therefore, in 2009, S. van Weenberg set out to find a solution. He suggested that all nutritional requirements of sporting horses can be provided while respecting the suggested countermeasures for the treatment and prevention of acute laminitis. To perform this study, Van Weenberg used 6-year-old Dutch warm blood over a period of 23 weeks. At week 0, the horse was moved to a stable to control food intake. Hay and grain corresponding to the daily energy requirement was given abruptly to the horse. 2 days after this diet was introduced, acute laminitis was fully diagnosed. This was considered to be due to the result of a rapid increase in grains. At this stage, the animal had a body score of 6 out of 9, which means that he was slightly overweight. At week 1, all grains were removed, and only hay was given daily for a week to help control the laminitis. However, this diet was only giving the horse 55% of his daily maintenance and energy requirements. After a week, the horse had improved and was sound enough to commence training as usual. This low-energy diet and training regime continued for another 10 weeks, which resulted in weight loss and loss of condition for the animal. After the 10th week, the horse's body score was only 3 out of 9, meaning that it had lost over 22% of its ideal body weight. After these results, S. van Weenberg changed the diet of the horse to support weight gain. The horse was fed linseed oil instead of grains to supply the horse with enough energy. Linseed oil was chosen because N3 fatty acids are believed to decrease inflammatory mediators and improve insulin sensitivity, which are both factors that contribute to laminitis. This new feeding regime was now supplying the horse with 100% of its daily energy requirements for working horses. After 11 weeks on this diet, the horse regained its ideal weight, and due to obesity being a major factor for the development of laminitis, the oil intake was slowed to 200 ml daily. This allowed the animal with enough energy to maintain ideal body weight whilst in work and still have the energy levels it needed for optimum performance without losing its condition. In conclusion, S. van Weenberg found that the risk of developing laminitis can be reduced by decreasing the animal's grain, which is its starch and sugar intake, and also to compensate for the decreased energy intake in a working animal. Vegetable oils such as linseed oil can be introduced into the diet to keep up with the energy so they do not lose condition.